Hi, I'm Andrea. Thank you for joining me for this 30-minute yoga practice. I do have my dog Tippy with me here today. It's possible she will make a guest appearance. She's very good at dog poses. If you don't have a dog, don't worry. You can substitute your cat or grandchild or invite someone to practice with you. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's also not an issue. Just find a carpeted area that's not too slippery. I like to have a chair just in case. A couple of blocks. Maybe you've got thick books that you can substitute. A folded blanket, which can be the throw blanket from your couch, or a thick bath towel. And then we start with our feet hip distance, landing on our mat and into our practice with our mountain pose. Turn your palms away from each other. Allow that to uplift your heart. Chin is parallel to the ground. We're gazing at what we like to call our bright horizon. And it's here that we find our breath. See if you can breathe in and out through your nose. If that's not doable, you're not doing anything wrong. All I ask is that you bring awareness to your breath. 3 moments here, just breathing and landing. We'll add a sun salutation. Inhale, thumbs to the sky, V shape overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, elevate your heart, and then exhale, increase the hinge at your hips. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. Float your arms along your sides and pause. Again, inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips and hands onto your thighs. Inhale, extend your heart forward. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, and then float your arms along your side and pause. One more sun salute. Inhale, arms reach out and up, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands to your thighs. Inhale, grow the tallest yet as you traction your hands on your thighs. Exhale, hinge at your hips, and then inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Float your arms along your side. Step wide on your mat, and if you don't have a mat, just imagine. We'll measure. Thumbs to the sky, arms outstretched. And if you can just place your ankles underneath your wrists, it's a good start. It may not be exact science, but it's a good start for alignment. Turn your right foot so that your right foot faces the short edge of your mat. Let that originate at your hip joint. Cheat your left heel back at a 45-degree angle. Then try it on for size, bend your front knee, and make sure your knee is not going forward of your ankle. It's a vertical line. Then inhale, thumbs to the sky, V shape, and the front leg straightens. Exhale, bend your front knee into your warrior pose. Inhale, thumbs to the sky, V shape, front leg straightens. Exhale, bend your front knee, warrior pose. Inhale and exhale. A couple more like this. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Pause just for a moment so that we can talk about a few ground up alignment points. Right heel is stamping into your mat. It's convincing your right hip to hug underneath you, and your right hip thinks it wants to go to your left toe. Your back foot is alive. The arch is lifted. The outer edge is pressing. No shrugging of shoulders into our ears. When we're warriors, either on our mat or off, we want to take tension away from the places that don't serve us. And then straighten your front leg and turn all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Turn your left leg out so that your left foot is facing the short edge of your mat. Cheat your right heel at a 45-degree angle, thumbs to the sky. Bend your front knee. We should be pretty well measured up since we haven't changed our stance, but always good to take a peek. Vertical line from your knee to your ankle, and then straighten your front leg, thumbs to the sky, V shape. This is our inhale. Exhale, bend your front knee into your warrior. Inhale, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Exhale, bend your front knee, warrior two. Inhale, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, bend your front knee. Inhale, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, bend your front knee. 2 more times, thumbs to the sky. Exhaling and bending our front knee. And then last one. Inhale, exhale. We'll stay here for a second and build it from the ground up with a few little key alignment points. So stamp your left heel into your mat. Feel your left hip hug underneath you so it's not spinning out behind you. It's making its way to your right big toe. Thumbs to the sky, no shrugging of shoulders. We are peaceful warriors on our mat. And hopefully off. Straighten your front leg and lower your arms. Turn all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Heel toe, so that we can mindfully maneuver our props. If you know that for triangle, you enjoy using your chair, scoot your chair midway down the long edge of your mat so that your hand can reach it for a triangle pose in a moment. If you like to use your blocks or thick books, we just want to make sure that they are not right underfoot, but they are within reach. So if you place them on the corners of your mat, on the far long edge, so that we can be in the middle and not be on top of them, perfect, ideal. Thumbs to the sky, we step wide. Once again, we measure roughly ankles underneath wrists, and we'll refine that as we go. This time a triangle pose. Turn your right leg out so that your right foot faces the short edge of your mat, and cheat that left heel at about a 45-degree angle. We're not going to do a side bend. Let it be a hinge at your hip, so elevate your left hip, and it's like a karate chop happening in that right hip. Reach long, way out, so much space. And then find your block with your right hand or the seat of your chair. Block on the outside of the right foot. It's not a steadfast rule, but I think that helps so that we don't stick our butt out to the right. We instead feel that right hip hug underneath us, left thumb to the sky, and then a few moments just like this. Feel your right big toe mound press solidly into your mat. Juicy stretch all along the right hamstring and inseam of the right leg. Two more moments here. You can always take the back of your left hand to the small of your back if holding the arm up for a long time feels like it's too long. You do you, yeah? That's the advanced practice. Now for the time being, keep your hand either on your block or on your seat. You can also transfer your right forearm to your thigh, but we'll bend the front knee. So now our stance looks more like the warrior two that we were doing earlier. So your choice. Hand stays on the block, forearm across your right thigh, or hand stays on your chair. Just 2 moments here. You can always take the back of your left hand to the small of your back if it feels better to you. Draw your low belly in, come upright into warrior two, and then slow motion, straighten your front leg, lower your arms for a moment. So we're going to play around, tinker on this side a little bit. But I want us to have a little respite in our legs so that we can figure out our arms. Take your arms in front of you, thumbs to the sky like you're going to give someone a hug. Then give yourself a hug, crossing your right elbow on top. This is plenty for many of us. Maybe you take the palms of your hands together. It's called eagle arms, so you can think of it as your eagle feathers going to the sky. Once you have your arms situated, return to warrior two legs. Bending in, remembering the alignment points that we found, right? Right hip hugging underneath you like it wants to go to your left toes. Low belly lifting, no shrugging of shoulders, no tension that we as warriors do not want to waste our energy on. Stay if you can with the bent front leg, just unwind your arms, thumbs to the sky. Now bend your right arm with the thumb to the sky like you're patting yourself on the back. So thumb to the sky, pat yourself on the back. Then left thumb turns down, back of your left hand to the small of your back, which you might have been rehearsing all along. Stay with it here. If you can, keep your front knee bending. If not, you can straighten and rebend just like we did in our dynamic beginning. 3 more moments here. Kind of a long stay in our warrior pose, so just do your best. Warrior on, you know? Slowly straighten your front leg, but keep your arms, if you don't mind, as they are. Pause for a second. Feel a connection of your right big toe mound into the ground, so you can actually feel the front of your right leg working here. Now, very big lift to the low belly, and just the tiniest little lean of your right elbow to the sky. Just the tiniest little bit, like you're making more space on the right side of your body. And then come upright, thumbs to the sky. Turn your right toes to face the long edge of your mat. Now, mindfully think, is my block right underfoot for my back foot? If so, just move it off the back of your mat so that we know that our area is safe. Turn your left leg out. We're building a triangle on our second side. Right heel at a 45-degree angle, thumbs to the sky. Remember, you can use the seat of your chair or be using that block that you may have placed. Not a side bend. We lift the right hip and hinge at our left hip and reach out as far as we can, and then find your block or the seat of your chair with your left hand and take your right thumb to the sky. We let this steep for a little while. Although it's a straight leg, it's a softly straight leg, if that makes sense. You're not locked into it. You want to feel a micro bend that lets you know your muscles are working. If it's too long with your right arm to the sky, you can place the back of your right hand to the small of your back anytime. Your gaze could look down if it's better on your neck, especially now that we've been in some poses where you've probably been looking out. Some people actually find it comfortable to look up. You get to decide. Personal agency in your practice is exciting stuff. It's the makings of a peaceful warrior, don't you think? A way to warrior on. Now take a look down so you can bend your left knee, and either your left hand stays where it is or left forearm across your thigh. So it can stay on the block, on the seat of your chair, or across your thigh. Again, if it feels better, we're going to head here anyway, right? You can take the back of your right hand to the small of your back anytime. And we'll just stay with this for a few more moments. Keep that left hip hugging underneath you. Remember, it wants to try to get you to your right toes. Now look down, come upright, thumbs to the sky, warrior two, and then just straighten your front leg and lower your arms so we get a little respite here. While we're here in our little respite, arms out in front of you, thumbs to the sky, left elbow on top as you give yourself a hug, and maybe the eagle feathers go to the sky. And then rebend your left knee and make your way back into our warrior pose. Try to remember left hip hugging underneath, low belly lifting. We're just doing the best we can. All we can do is the best we can do. Maybe that's part of the hug you're giving yourself right now. 2 more moments here. Unwind, thumbs to the sky. Now, left thumb to the sky, you bend at the elbow and pat yourself on the back of the right hand to the small of your back. You're trying to stay in your warrior pose, but you're totally okay with straightening and rebending if that feels better to you. A couple moments just like this. Now, slowly, with your arms remaining the same, straighten that front leg, get your bearings. Feel that big toe mound of your left foot connected to the earth so you've got the front of that leg working, and then just the tiniest little lean of your left elbow to the sky with your low belly lifting. Like you just want to make the slightest bit more space happen on the left side of your body. And then come upright, thumbs to the sky. Turn all toes to face that long edge of your mat. Think about the positioning of your props. So before we wander anywhere else, just move that block off the back of your mat, and then heel toe, until we're hip distance with our feet. Let's move props. If your chair is in the middle of your mat, you're gonna want it in the front. If you're gonna use your blocks for the next thing, for a lunge facing forward, place your blocks on the sides of your mat, but not underfoot. And you will wanna make sure that that chair is within reach. You can decide as we go which of the props feel good. Some days one might be preferred over the other. It's all good. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips and hands to your thighs. Inhale, your heart forward, hands come to the seat of your chair. We're still playing with warrior poses. It's just a different set of warriors. So you can keep your hands on your chair or take your hands to your tall blocks and then step your left foot back. And here we are in a warrior pose, but of more of a warrior one sensibility. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. We're cautious, though our hands are on either blocks or the seat of our chair, that we're not rounding our spine and lowering our head lower than our hips. Now move your legs towards straight, your front leg towards straight. Go slowly, and it's likely that it doesn't actually straighten all the way out. This is where we want length through our spine. We want to be certain that we are not rounding and folding too low. 2 moments. Rebend your right knee, and then with your belly firm, step your left foot hip distance from your right, hands to your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips, and then inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky. Float your arms along your side. Second side, inhale. Reach, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips and hands to your thighs. Hands maybe come to the seat of your chair or to your blocks. Step your right foot back slowly and find your lunge. Left hip dials back. Right hip dials forward. We pause for a moment. And then we start to move in the direction of straightening that left leg, and it never needs to get all the way straight. Keep thinking of your left hip drawing back and your right hip drawing forward and your head staying higher than your hips. 2 moments. Rebend your front knee, step your right foot hip distance from your left, and then bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, get length. Exhale, fold it in, and then inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Float your arms along your sides. Great. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to your thighs, and then to the seat of your chair or to your blocks. Step back with your left foot. This time in our lunge, come upright. That might mean a bend in your back knee, thumbs to the sky, pause. We're just playing. We'll see how it goes. Arms in front of you, thumbs to the sky. Give yourself a hug with your left elbow on top. If your eagle feathers want to go to the sky, that's fine. You might work that back leg a little bit straight, but I mostly want us to feel upright like we're standing in our mountain. And then unravel your arms. Left thumb to the sky, pat yourself on the back. Weave with your right thumb down the back of your right hand to the small of your back. Pause here. Warrior on. Unwind, thumbs to the sky. Hands return to your blocks or to the seat of your chair. You make sure you're landed in it. And then left foot hip distance from right. Hands to your thighs, Inhale. Heart lifts, and exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, arms out and up. Thumbs to the sky, and then float your arms along your sides. Second side of that, good fun. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, and then exhale, hinge at your hips. Hands to thighs, inhale, traction, some length, and hands to your chair or to your blocks. This time it is your right foot that steps back. We get situated in our warrior stance, and then upright, thumbs to the sky. Maybe a bit of bend in your back knee. It feels like we're standing in mountain pose from the waist up. Arms out in front of you, thumbs to the sky. A hug with your right elbow on top. Maybe your eagle feathers go to the sky. Stay with it. Do the best that you can. Think peaceful warrior as you warrior on. And then unwind your arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky. Right thumb to the sky, pat yourself on the back. Left thumb faces down, back of your left hand on the small of your back, and we pause. Keep breathing. Arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky. Hands to your blocks or to the seat of your chair. Make sure that you're landed here, and then step right foot hip distance from left. Hands to your thighs, inhale. And then exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, rise, thumbs to the sky. Stand in your mountain. Great, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to your thighs. Inhale your heart forward and your hands come to your chair or to your blocks. This time when you step your left foot back, we're going to lower the knee down. So you may want to slide your folded blanket or towel underneath your left knee. Great idea. Heel toe your right foot to the right a little bit and take both of your blocks to the inside of your right foot. If you're using the chair base, just both hands, what would be the inside of your foot, so that we can come to a humble warrior. I like to keep my back toes curled under. That just keeps my back knee a little happier. Now find length through your spine. If you go lower, like onto your forearms, it doesn't become a rounding. So the thing that I want us to be careful of is that we keep the majesty of our mountain in our humble warrior. If we're going to warrior on, we're going to be humbled. And as we're humbled, we want to find grace. You're embodying that right now. It's a great stretch, but it's more than that, isn't it? It's a stretch of our hip. It's a stretch of our understanding of ourselves, body and mind and spirit. You're soaking in it. It's not a secret handshake, this yoga business. You're doing it right now. Last couple moments. Come up onto your hands, transfer one of your blocks to the outside of your right foot, curl your toes back, keep that length through your spine. Now it's a hamstring stretch for a moment, which just feels nice as a complement to the humble warrior pose that we just did. Two more moments here. Rebend your right knee. We'll stay low to the ground. Just swoop right knee next to left knee and step your left foot forward. And then we create our humble warrior stretch. So heel toe your left foot to the left, situate both of your blocks inside of that left foot, or your hands just kind of adjust themselves on your chair. Maybe your hands are on the ground on the inside if that feels good. And if your hands are on the ground, you likely don't need to come onto your forearms because you're already quite low to the ground. If you happen to come onto your forearms, just remember, we will be humbled as warriors. We do so with grace, and the way to find the grace is to extend from our heart. Genuine, heartfelt. Now let it be soft somewhere, hands, jaw, thoughts. We'll stay here for a few moments. move slowly. Come onto your hands if for some reason you're on your forearms. Transfer one of your blocks to the outside of your left foot and just heel toe your left foot a little bit over towards the right. Curl your toes back, dig your heel in. Think hinging at your hip, elongating through the spine. Find where it's the perfect stretch for you. And then stay with it. And start to bend that front knee. And we will again just swoop left knee next to right knee. And then keep your blocks nearby just in case. They might be handy for our next trick. I'm going to move my chair so that I know that you can see me. We'll lie down on our back. And we're going to take kind of a restorative hip opener that I love. So you'll bring the bottoms of your feet together and have your blocks so that you might place them underneath your thighs. Lower down carefully. So just get yourself situated, come onto your elbows, scoot yourself so that you're lying down. Let your thigh bones fall onto your blocks. You can still kind of adjust them while we're down here. If you don't want to use the blocks underneath your thigh bones, that's fine. One last thing I would like you to find while we're here is to tuck one shoulder blade and then the other shoulder blade underneath you. And we're actually going to use this pose as our final Shavasana meditation. So if it's a little too much stretch for you to get that really sweet release, slide your blocks underneath your thigh bones so that it's not too much of a stretch. And then fall into the earth. Close, maybe cover your eyes. Let this be our rest and digest. Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. As a dismount, use your hands. Help your knees come together, and then be mindful that you probably have blocks nearby, and just scoot them out of your way before you roll to either side, just off to the side that you're not going to roll to. And use the strength of your arms. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Bring yourself into any comfortable seat, palms up or down. And as I said during our practice, we're warriors not just on our mat, but really mostly off. See if you can take this peaceful, humble warrior with you. Splash it into the corners of your life. I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to us doing it again together soon.